everybody, how's it going? We're back in the arena and we're playing another Dragons deck. Dragons. This time we'll be playing a four color, if I'm not mistaken. How many colors is this? Yes, four color glint. Glint Dragons. What makes it four is only the fact that we have Palladium Moors, the Ruiner in there. It is only a one of its kind, but for the most part, it is a Jund Dragons deck, sort of a update to my previous Dragon deck that I made. So we still flood with a lot of these mana boys. We have Llanowar Elves, Paradise Druid. We have the same Gift of Paradise, Dragon's Horde. What else do we have in here? We've also added in Rapacious Dragon for that to create 2 tokens. But so what makes this deck a little bit more different is we've reduced the amount of dragons in the deck, and we've put in bigger dragons that are a little bit harder to be dealt with, such as Palladium Moors, which has hexproof if it hasn't dealt damage yet. And then we have Dire Grass, where if it would die, it's sort of like Rekindling Phoenix, where if it dies, it turns into an egg and it comes back after 3 turns. It has haste and trample, which is something that we want because once we put Dire Grass on the board, we can immediately attack and deal some damage, gain the value of Dire Grass. But although if Dire Grass gets exiled, it does not come back as an egg, and it gets exiled pretty much like how Rekindling Phoenix works. Then we have Vivian Arcbow Ranger, just in case we have too many Llanowar Elves and Paradise Druids on the board. Even if we have a lot of Beast Whisperers on the board, we can always use Vivian Arcbow Ranger to pump them up with that +1/+1 counter. And at the same time, if we can make it to her -5 loyalty, we can draw into our sideboard. We can tap into our sideboard and bring out whatever of these cards that we need. I've also added in an Agent of Treachery, despite the fact that, the deck doesn't have a lot of, doesn't have any blue lands. But because we have a lot of mana corrections like Paradise Druid, Dragon's Horde, and what's it called? The treasures from the Rapacious Dragon. If we need Agent of Treachery, we can put down Agent of Treachery. Or any other card for that matter. Like white, if we have white, we can put in Shalai if we need the protection, or Trostani Discordant if we have to, if our opponent is playing sort of the steal your card kind of a deck. Steal your creatures, steal your permanents kind of deck. So nothing much has changed except for the ability to draw more into our deck and the ability to scry. We've also added in a few more draw abilities like the Beast Whisperer. You only want Varric's Blade Wing to be played when we have that 7 mana for the kicker. And I guess that should be it for this. So I'll see you guys in 2 games. Here we go. What do we have? We have Ritual Suit. Okay. Alright, well, we have Forest. We don't have the ramp, that's kind of sad, but we do have the forest, which will allow us to put down the, oh boy, Leyline of Combustion. Well, we don't have a lot of spells, except for just that one ritual suit. And I'm not really... Okay, he's playing mono red, so I don't know how to feel about that. I guess I'll put down the treasure map first. We're going to need the double black immediately, just in case we need a turn 4, a very soon turn 4. So yes, definitely want to put this down. We can the same color. Alright, there's a forest, but we already have the 4, right? We already have the 4. Which will get us pretty far, because we already have Beast Whisper, then Vivian. So is he gonna attack for 2? Okay. I guess we have no choice here. Daylight and combustion. Whenever you, or at least one permanent you control begins to target of a spell. 2 damage to that. Crap. Okay. So he has to. Oh boy, that's scary. He's gonna use both. Right? What? Why wouldn't you use both? Why wouldn't you? We have Beast Whisper. Right, we don't need that swamp. So we have Beast Whisper for the block. Obviously he's going to Fanatical Firebrand into me. And then he's going to use 1 Skewer the Critics on Beast Whisper. He's very aggressive. Me like you. Ooh. Goblin Thrashmaster. So he's decided to put down the Goblin Thrashmaster over... so he wants to destroy the thing. Okay. That's not really going to be a problem. You know why? Because we already have Skargan's Hellkite. So we might as well concede now, because he's top decking into 2. And we have Vivian Arco. Okay. Not your day, is it, huh, buddy? Alright, well, sure. Vivian Arco.
Nature will take back what rightfully belongs to it.
Plus 2 it. Don't have the mana
This
for
will be
the
fun to watch.
skill. The Hellkite ability. Siege Commander. And goodbye. That was a poor display of what we wanted. After this game, I have to. Okay, so let's see. We have Rapacious Dragon. We have the Dragon's Horde. And we have 3 land. I think this is it's a tough curve, but I think it's a good one. Thank you. We got Footlight Fiend. Looks like we're going up against Rakdos Aristocrat. That's interesting. Definitely not what I expected. Oh, we have this. Put it down. Dragon Horde. Dragon's Horde. So it looks like he's not familiar with what Dragon's Horde is or does. We'll have the turn 5 Beast Whisper plus the Stomping Ground. Ooh, ow, ow. Okay. Well, we do have... Oh, okay, this is interesting. Well, okay, I guess we want to put down the Beast Whisperer first, knowing that he might have a removal for it. Might be an error on my part. Yeah, Lightning Strike. At least he's used it. And I am okay with that. But we do have the 5, so we can put out a Rapacious Dragon. And if he has another Lightning Strike, I'm okay with that too. At least we get the token, the treasure token. And we get the counter, right? Strike again. I'm just glad that he's using him on me instead of put down that Paradise Druid for an additional thing, you know. Knowing that, well, we'll have 5 on the next turn, and we can draw into that Dragon Horde. No block. We'll let it through. I think I reduced the amount of Gift of Paradise in there. Light up stage, draws into 2. Draws into 2 lands. That can be good for him. Probably swearing his ass off. Okay, so we do have this. Fall into it. Knowing that we have 5. Ooh, look, this Kargan. He could have murder, which is okay. I'd rather have him use it on my Scargan Helltank than on anything else. More important, I mean, anything more important in this deck, like Lathless or I don't know if he has a D-Spark. I don't think he has D-Spark. If he has Vraska's Contempt, it goes onto the Scargan instead of Dire Grass. Obviously we're gonna block, and he's going to use it somehow to destroy Paradise Druid. That's okay, we're way ahead in the mana game. 4. Lava Coil? Oh, Druid. And another one? Oh wow, great value. 2 for 1. That is amazing value. Wow. Okay, so we got Beast Whisper. And put down this Llanowar Elf for the draw. Okay, that's gonna be a couple of Mallet. Wow, 2 for 1. I won't complain there. He's used, I think that's 3 already. Beast Whisper, that's 4. He's already used 4 Lightning Strikes. That means he's out. And sure, I'll block. That's at this point, Llanowar Elves is just a blocker. That's all it does. That's all its purpose is. Okay. I kind of wish I can draw into that, but can't. Put down the Llanowar Elves for the draw and another Dragon Sword. I probably should have saved my Llanowar Elves so that I can have an immediate draw when I put down the Whisper. Ooh, Rekindling Phoenix. But we don't have any exile cards here. But we do have a Beast Whisper. And Bedevil is an instant, so if he decides to attack on his turn, don't attack. You can always exile it and, I don't know, do something. You can always destroy it on his turn. Right, you better attack, buddy. Because if you do, you're dead. So it'll stay dead until my turn, I believe. He has a Knight of the Ebon Legion, which will be there to protect me. Commanding Dragon gives us 2 pips on the Dragon Horde, allowing us to draw for 2, 3 if we include the Beast Whisper, and that's it. That's a scoop.